I wanted to become, who I've ultimately become. The relationship is more equality between the organization and the players. Even in theory, I won't be able to assemble a better Russian-speaking team. I commanded everyone. Every round, I knew what we are going to do or the way we are going to do it. I don't want to say that we've got big chances or low chances. I just want to be confident in the team. That's more than enough for me. Becoming a champion is most important.
Поехали. Можно?
And it went just fine for everyone else. All the other 4 guys had it all perfect. You know, that's cause my aura. It does things to electronics.
Серьезно?
Everything breaks for me. My fridge has broken, my monitor has broken, my car has broken, it all just...
Пиши каждого своего тиммейта одним словом.
Danilo is a bore. Joystick is mustachioed. Always is a flint. Basha is curly. Hash is a troll. Joystick is a cyborg. Sheppard is a rock. Danilo is kind. Joystick is funny. Always is smart. Sheppard is wise. Pasha is cool. Always is a critic. Sheppard is secretive. Danilo is optimistic. Pasha is silly. In a good way. No offense, man. I don't mean it in a negative way. Joystick is a goon. Like a real goon. In both meanings of this word, I mean, like a goon can knock out his enemies, and that's good for us, but then it's goon as in a dumbass that can swing his club like this and hit himself. Danilo is a real pig. I mean, you know, also both in a good and a bad meaning. I'll be giving such double entendre answers. Danilo is a pig. Sheppard is just a rock. You know, that stone face emoji? That Easter Island rock, that's Sheppard. And Always, I don't know, I want to say that Always is a real legend. That's probably what I'm gonna stick with. I haven't come up with anything else.
Как ты думаешь, каким словом они описали тебя?
If it's a word with a good meaning, probably funny. Otherwise, it's probably mean.
Ты злой?
Well, sometimes. If you get me angry, I'm mean. I'm kind if you don't. Dry. I don't know, rock. Laugher, I think. No, wait, they said I'm a troll. They definitely said I'm a troll. Our team gets up in the morning. We do our usual morning routines. Then we warm up in ranked. Then we play 6 scrim maps. And that's it. That's my perfect training though. Wake up, drink a cup of tea to get pumped, warm up, practice. I often get my sleep schedule wrecked. And, you know, often you get up when it's time to play a scrim. I've noticed something, you know. Just when you wake up, it seems like you're way less nervous and you're more locked in. Yeah, it's just related somehow, and whenever I wake up and play right away, it's easier. Even though I understand that if I'd practice, I'd play better. What gets my day started good? Well, for that I need wake up being a champion of the Invitational. Have enough sleep? I don't know, my sleep schedule is dumb. It's American sort of. I wake up at 3 p.m. and if I lived in the US, that'd be 7 a.m. Thus, I'm American. I think it's like 5 years of training routine for us at this point. We're not really a team that rests a lot. We train more than we rest. In these several months, we've had a rest for like a few weeks or even 1 week. So yeah, 5 years of this routine. Naturally, there were a lot of difficulties. I was burnt out a few times. You constantly practice, you don't have time for personal life or other things. It's also very hard to get back into the life flow when a tournament ends. When you return home and you don't practice for a while, everything you did in life was practicing. And now that you come back home, you've got a completely free day and you've got nothing to do. You lie there thinking, what do I do? So that happens. So if you guys think a pro player's life is easy and simple, you're sat there playing, doing nothing, making money, it's all fun and all, traveling, nope. It's not as easy as it seems. I mean, obviously I'm very happy that I achieved what I had dreamed about, earning money playing video games, that I became a pro player, that's sick. Few could reach this level. I started out at 18 years old. What is an average 18-year-old person like? They're clueless, they're capable of nothing, they don't know anything. Well, everything drastically changed. Roughly speaking, I live in my own flat, I got married, I made a bunch of friends. Well, I have a stable income. I think, in general, I've changed. Sometimes I'm more calm than I used to be, other times I'm in contrast worrying more. So I'm way more worried about Envy than any other tournament, otherwise nothing has changed much. I still work, I was working, I still am. I don't know, I earned more money than I had. I'm satisfied with how it all turned out, I'm not complaining. I wanted to become who I've ultimately become. That's it, I'm happy. Where's the power? It's in synergy. In us knowing each other from the day we were born in the game, so to speak. We know how to deal with arguments without ruining the team. And there's a lot of teams that were ruined by that. People can't talk to each other. We can. Obviously, we also have arguments, there always will be. We can evade dangerous discussions that can lead to arguments. We can take something useful out of these talks to improve, and that's where our power lies, which is... How many years have we been together at this point? This roster, call it say, they've been together for infinite amount of years now. Joystick and Sheppard have been together since the very beginning. They started playing with Danila like a year and a half later, then always joined them another year and a half later, so the lads have been together for a long time. And myself, right? They've been playing with me for 2 years now. Synergy, understanding, relationship, professionalism of some sort. Actually, I wouldn't call this professionalism. We're just these very hardcore gamers. We just like practicing. We like to play competitive. That's more interesting than just gaming. Waking up, 300 push-ups, 200 pull-ups, sitting down at the PC, playing a scrim, then analyzing 20 demos, stealing 300 strats, adapting 200 strats for your team. We don't have that. We just play with our soul. We know and understand it all without all the bullshit. Sometimes we catch the wave, catch the vibe, and with that vibe we can win any tournament. But by the end of it, we lose the vibe, we lose ourselves, and we fall short. You know how that saying goes, to get off the wrong foot. It's sort of the same here. Our power lies in easily understanding each other, who wants what. We share roughly this same vision. I think we're a very capable roster in general, and if we get a bit of luck and we work enough, it'll all be fine. We finished 3rd/4th at the Montreal major. God helped us qualified, so to speak, and I think we just had to reach playoffs. We managed to do that. But I can't say we were in a good shape or something. We showed a decent result, and if we had a slightly different map veto during the last game, perhaps we could play in the finals too. But it is what it is. Fuck, I failed at the semis so hard. Comparing to what I was doing in the group stage and in the game against Falcons, the impact decreased by like 80%. Wasn't talking enough, wasn't doing enough. Well, considering we've qualified to the Invitational, the main tournament, and that it was the main goal of playing at the major, qualifying to the Invitational, we fulfilled our task. I think we did great, even considering we lost the semi-final, nothing more to say. We even won a map there. I mean, we even put up a good fight. I think this was a decent tournament. Obviously it's good, but you always want more, you always want the first place, so you always have room to grow. That major, we decided on some of the map pool changes we want to make. We fixed up that a bit. The maps and the spots we play have changed a bit. We analyzed in detail our weak spots too. Before the major, always became a bigger authority in terms of not really responsibility, more like decision making. He basically carried us single-handedly to the major. By doing that, by performing well at the major, we got enough points to get to the Invitational, so all the credit goes to him. In general, I'm happy, because finishing 3rd is not a bad result, and it's nice that even in the meta that's so uncomfortable to us, we still finish high, considering we had a really hard group stage where we played #1 NA, #1 Brazilian, #1 European team. It was really hard and we finally broke the curse of the group stage. It's just that W7M outplayed us and that's why we finished 3rd. The role of an in-game leader, like a full-fledged IGL, I don't take this role every game, because still, I need to have a right mood, some kind of a proper anger perhaps. Before the major, when we were qualifying to the major, you know, this anger in me it motivated me to thoroughly prepare to the opponents, and by that I fully took the responsibility in the match. I commanded everyone. Every round I knew what we are going to do or the way we are going to do it, but the opposing team was allowing that too. The team was playing in a very scripted manner, so it was pretty easy. Otherwise, in other matches, say during the major, you can never know how the teams are going to play, because it's a LAN, because the teams are from different regions, and you never know what will happen during a match. And at the major itself, this worry, this pressure, this fear, it hinders you a lot from thinking. This IGLing becomes very hard to do. And I can't say that we had a distinct IGL at the major. It was more of a teamwork. Yeah, whenever we try out something new, usually it is my initiative. But I can't say I'm a captain or something. Everything is like it used to be. We've been swapping the IGL role like mad. Asher, me, Sheppard. So yeah. We also decided to change the coach. The old coach, Zeka, he's going to take the analyst role that he used to take before. And as for the new coach, we decided to try Kajeka, and that's pretty much it. The reasoning behind this change is we think we need a more... There are several versions. We either want a more... How do I put it? A more emotional coach, the one that will be pumping you up, motivate you with right words, or we want a more tactical coach that will be telling you dry shots, what to do in the game. Basically, we're still in the process of figuring out the right approach for us. It's hard to say about the impact of a coach in Rainbow Six. I know how teams like, say, G2 work. Actually, I only know how they work. They've got a coach that controls everything. He tells them what to play, what maps, what heroes to play, what strats to play. The dude's telling them what to do all the time. I've got a theory that only in their team a coach makes some sort of an impact. Because in other teams, usually it's all about the 5 players, not the coach, because the players are the ones that will be playing. The coach motivates, gives tips, notices mistakes. The coach can help them take the right direction. The coach in our team is like a 6th player that doesn't play. He says his opinion, he gives tips and states his point of view. He says who's right and who's wrong to solve arguments. I don't see anything ugly about it. At the end of the day, the players are the executors. Sometimes I don't understand when all the responsibility is shifted onto coaches, because first of all, it is you as a player who makes the decisions on the server. You play in a 5-man team. The coach won't be able to do something extraordinary in a second that will make you instantly play better or make a comeback. So I think a coach is something auxiliary for a roster, not a person that should take responsibility for the results of a roster.
Что для тебя Инви одним словом? Одним.
Envy? A dream. A dream. I want to lift this hammer. Gotta knock on the wood so I don't jinx it. Is there a wood here? Alright. Tournament of the year, tournament of the life. The most prestigious tournament in Rainbow Six. Prestige. Prestige. Well, before I would say tournament of the year, but there's Riyadh now. Unfortunately, the Invitational had to move. I mean, it's just a cool tournament I was at for some amount of times in a row. I don't count anymore. I had to miss them. It's always nice to attend. Almost always a good stage there. Practice rooms never let down. No hardware issues, no nothing. It's all top notch. Long-awaited victory, can't describe it in one word. How long we've been trying to lift this damn hammer, and each year we've finished close to the top 1 spot, but haven't finished first yet. I think everyone in this roster wants to finally take the win. I know it's in the beginning of a year, but it's considered to be the end of the season, so you don't really think of it as of a tournament at the beginning of a year. So basically, you play Envy, you close the season, and then you prepare for a new year of play. But yeah, you always think of it as of a final point of the season. You practice for this the whole time, and now you need to get lucky. We're trying to, you know, for the duration of the past LANs, we're trying to understand that whatever we do in the online matches won't work in LAN. We know how to play on LAN, and in order to prepare for this, you need to play online matches and suck ass. Because whatever we do on LAN won't work online. It will only work on LAN. And so you're just sat there, tilted, furious, playing and practicing, thinking, yes, this should work on LAN though. You know that many things are played differently. The attitude will be different during a practice and during a match. This is the hardest part. I think that the most important part we've changed was the approach to LAN. We don't just keep doing whatever we are doing, instead we change the understanding of how we want to play. So we're trying to do things that work better on LAN. In order to not set the expectations too high, I'd say we improved by 20%. In awareness, in approach, in meta, I think we improved in that sense. We started preparing to Envy right after the major. We decided to change the map pool. We changed the most strategies on the maps. On the trouble maps, I mean. We decided to play other maps more, apart from just playing our best maps. Because the only reason we played good is because we played 2 maps that we were allowed to play. The bootcamp will be in Dallas. We will be preparing just like with any other tournament. We were specifically given a chance to have a bootcamp in the US so that we can play against all the teams that will come before the tournament. This always gives a huge boost in terms of experience and understanding of how different regions play. Say, we couldn't get to Brazil to play scrims against different regions. It just so happened that we had to practice in Europe for a month when all the participating teams left. We played against the Tier 2 scene, the teams that were making roster changes. It was a very poor practice. Then in a month we came to the tournament, and in the 3 days of scrims we realized that everything that we were doing was complete and utter bullshit. And in those 3 days we gained way more experience, 3 or 4 times more maybe, than we did within the month that we'd spent in Europe when everyone left. So we are expecting to... We've got, what, about 10 days? Maybe a week? Something like that. We're expecting to get a clear understanding and come up with new ideas.
Эй, ты что такой мощный?
В точке X получил я скиллы мощные в 3 сосудах и прокачал все 3. И теперь X-турбо мощь внутри меня.
Мощно.
X-турбо, что за мощь внутри тебя?
We slightly changed our game identity. We now have a different approach compared to what we had in Montreal. Even though we had very little time, we have this approach where we just play in such an annoying fucking way so that we leave no chance. Like, we'll pick all the annoying, disgusting heroes. You know, whenever we'll have the chance to abuse all that crap that makes people groan by just being on the map. And basically just a little identity shift. But in the context of our team and our style, as in we don't change a lot usually, I think it's a big improvement. I don't know if it will bear any fruit, but we really tried forcing ourselves, playing the heroes we don't like playing, the heroes we can't play, so that we can learn to play them. That concerns certain maps too. We changed our approach a bit, but I think we prepared well. Plus we had a good rest. That means we've got the passion and the motivation, and the fact that it's the tournament of the year, it speaks for itself. We'll try our best. We are always so close, but at the same time we're not. We have to just hope and believe. Keep working. Thinking stuff like, yeah, this time we'll definitely... It never works. The victories come when you never expect them. We just play and whatever happens, happens.
Ну, а ты сильно расстроишься, если что-то прям, плохо не получится?
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. No jokes, gonna cry. Envy is terrible. When we lost at the Envy in Brazil, we went outside, it started raining, and you're just standing there, and you feel so sad. Then, whenever you're eliminated, you ride in this freaking van, and everyone is sad, and you're just riding in silence, and for half an hour you're just sat there thinking, how on earth did it happen? It's losing ain't cool. If you really think about it, I believe we could have done way more. I mean, sky's the limit. I can't say that was our ceiling, our maximum, because there are always more things you could have done. And it's good that we've got a bootcamp in the US to prepare in time and a new coach, and we ourselves come up with a lot of new stuff. I don't want to say that we've got big chances or low chances. I just want to be confident in the team. That's more than enough for me. I think it's gonna be really chaotic because a new shield hero was added and sense smokes got changed. Warden doesn't see through them. I think the styles will be aggressive. Even in Europe, some teams are playing very chaotic, and that wasn't so often before. And we haven't played against different regions. Brazil, in APAC. I think it will be very chaotic, and we'll have to be ready for this, so that we always expect a sudden push. We always gotta stay alert. The meta, pick 5 shields run, throw sand nades, throw candelas, throw smokes, glass comes in, plant the diffuser. That's the offense for you. I don't think we'll see completely new strategies. Like, okay, Sense got buffed, obviously turning the walls on and off. There will be a lot of Blackbeard, a lot of Daemons, basically all the OP operators and something related to them. Nothing drastically new, I don't think. You used to have options like utility-related operators, like Capitower, Grim, I don't know what else, Glass. These solid things, or like breach heroes like Maverick, those that changed the game drastically. They were considered the most OP, the strongest. Now it all comes down to whatever spot there is on any map. The best thing you can do is run in as a shield, blitz for instance, and flash the enemy. That's a free kill. That's the best thing you can come up with right now. Obviously there are certain counters like Warden and, you know, but nobody knows what door will you be going into, what spot will you be taking, and you can't always prepare to this. You can always drone and make the right choice.
У тебя есть принципиальный соперник на Envy, команда или игрок?
The entire Brazil. Any Brazilian team, that's my arch rival. It's very satisfying whenever you win a Brazilian team. I haven't felt that in a while, so I want to feel that again. Probably Benjamaster. I just like him. I want to win them. We're in the same group too. Well, let's see how it goes. There is no arch rival because it seems that because the roster existed for so long, we basically had at least some sort of history against some teams. And it seems like every enemy is an arch rival at this point. If you play against an opponent you haven't played against before and think you want to show you're stronger than them, and if you're playing someone's fucked. If you're playing against someone that you have played before, then you either lost the last match and you want revenge, or you won the match, they want revenge. It seems like for such a long existing team like us, every rival is an arch rival, and you can't single out someone separately. I've been in Virtus.Pro for what, 2 years now? Well, 2 years, give or take. It's my 3rd year. Since 2020? Or was it the end of 2019? I've been in Virtus.Pro for around 3 years. The EP... Honestly, I don't know. I don't count. Time for me is... it comes, it goes. I don't know, 2 years? Honestly, no idea. Well, that sounds very pompous. I can just single out some changes, like I have started earning more, I have started to afford more, I can fly wherever I want to, well, to a degree. So, Virtus.Pro gives you opportunities. I've got a bigger weight of responsibility on me. An organization with a big name, with a big history, top 1 CIS organization. Organization of my childhood, as I would say it before. Just the responsibility, that's it. The relationship is more quality between the organization and the players. You feel the level somehow. You feel the stability. You always know what's gonna happen tomorrow. For me, as for a player, nothing really changed. Because I think I'm pretty much in the same roster. The organization supports me, and the main player activity is not about all the organizing moments. It's more about the team. Practice, team talks. You spend more time with the team rather than with the org, so it hasn't changed much for me. We were playing tournaments before this, we still are. The conditions are better. What else? Everything's cool, everything's okay. It was cool before, it is still cool now. We haven't discussed much. We knew either way that if we get offered to extend the contract, we will. I told the manager, okay, let's extend the contract, that's it. It was all quick, all the questions were solved. Usually, you're told, these are the conditions, this is the term. You think, discuss it with your team, you say what you like and what you don't like. The organization meets you halfway, considers other options. I instantly knew the future perspectives satisfy me the most in this very team. Even in theory, I won't be able to assemble a better Russian-speaking team. Obviously, nobody will, because there are no players like this in the Russian-speaking segment. The fact is, this is the best roster I can be a part of right now, 100%. Considering all this, not extending the contract would be a mistake. So, me and the lads decided that we stick together. The fact that we keep the opportunity to play in the Pro League for another 2 years, and we keep the same core. If before we had slight disagreements, now it's all gotten better in terms of bootcamp conditions, the bootcamp in general, so now it's all much more... It's easier to plan out your year. I mean, you can choose when to practice in advance. We're gonna have a bootcamp in the US right now. Before, we didn't have bootcamps at the locations where the tournaments are going to be held at. The conditions are improving. The thing I like about Virtus.Pro is that the organization considers the player's opinion. If we had some complaints when we just joined the organization, now you can see that the organization has fixed all these little things. It's nice to see, and it's nice for me as a player to be a part of the org that listens to the opinion about itself and fixes its mistakes. I think this is the most important thing for me now. By the way, don't forget about our new skin. Don't forget to support us before the Envy, such an important event for us. I think this is the best support you can give us. So buy it, wear it, play with it. Cheers. I like the new skin. I bought it. And I play with it whenever I'm playing Legion, and I destroy everyone with it. The very first hour when it was released, I activated it and started wearing it, and I started playing with it. I recommend you buy it in the store too. There's also a card, which is Blit. It's one click for you all, and it's very nice for us. We value your support a lot, thank you very much if you have already bought the skin. If you still haven't, please hurry up, because it's not gonna be in the store forever. It'd be very nice if the whole tournament was to be played on stage. It's much more comfortable for me to play when you get used to the desk you're playing at. And in order to get used to it, I need time. But because it's gonna be practice rooms first, then booths, then after the booths you gotta get used to the stage, the roar of the audience, new desks, the stage is vibrating, all that basically. I wish it all was played on the stage from day one. I haven't seen a better audience than in Brazil. I don't think that's ever gonna repeat. It's hard to be surprised or expect something after an audience like that. Nobody of the relatives will attend, but the whole family is gonna cheer for me. My girlfriend, my friends, it's very nice. Mom watches the game, grandma watches every game. Dad says, I can't watch. I tell him I won't be able to. Don't. Our games are... It's some sort of extreme watching our games. It's dangerous. So I understand him in this sense. Most likely there are gonna be some kind of Moroccans that have been cheering for the lads since the Empire times. Obviously I'm not a favorite there, in this little party so to speak. Most likely they're just gonna scream, Sheppard go, as usual. Joystick will be glazed too. I'm okay with that. I'm playing with them in one team, I don't mind. So, if NA fans will come over, huge respect to y'all. If you want to get a signature photo, you're always welcome. If we get to the arena stage, there's definitely gonna be an autograph session, for every fan shall get what they crave. Our fans are the best. Obviously, I really want to see them. There's definitely gonna be someone cheering for us exclusively. So we can't let down our fans and we need to get into the playoffs. Make them happy with our arena game. The first place will be a legacy. It will be considered legacy. And money too. You can't go without them. It's both. It's more about the legacy though. I'm feeling that I'm still very young and that I haven't achieved many things yet. And in order to achieve things, you gotta win. In order to win something, you gotta win something. Genius. But like... My #1 goal is to win a tournament, a big nasty tournament. Becoming a champion is most important. Back in 19, we won a tournament, and since then we've been getting very, very close to getting that first place, but we still haven't. So it's like the #1 goal right now. Might sound dull, but it's to love the game again, because in the 8 years I've spent, it's gotten a bit stale for me, so to speak. And I need some kind of a... Basically, I want to see something from the developers so that I start wanting to play the game again. Not just major updates, but so that the game isn't so shit to play. I mean, there are different things. There is motivation to play the game and motivation to be a pro player. These are completely different things. Roughly speaking, I can't say that the game is the one that keeps me here. It's my team that keeps me. I like to win and achieve success within my team. I think the motivation for every pro player is some sort of competitive spirit. The inability to take an L. If you lose, you can't just put up with this. Money is cool and all, but legacy is on the first place for me. I want to win as many tournaments as possible, and if you win a lot, you'll have more money too. But just chasing the bag, I don't have that will right now. I want to feel it, you know, being a champion on every tournament.
Если бы не киберспорт, то что?
That's a very good question. I don't know what I do. I really enjoy snowboarding. Perhaps I do something in that area? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, I just ride the wave. I live in such a way, just riding the wave. And wherever it leads me, I'm there. Well, the easiest option is IT, right? You've got action here at least. The emotional swings, it's interesting. You're constantly in some kind of a movement, worrying about something and so on. What's exciting about a job? Routine? Routine is even worse. For me, personally, I'd feel very difficult. I don't think I could handle it. Working a normal job every day, 8 to 5, waiting for the weekend to come, like in school. You wait for the weekend, earning low wage. It's not even important if it's low or high. Routine. Routine is what's terrible. Coffin.
Гроб?
Yeah.
Гроб?
You know, kick the bucket. Look, I don't know. I don't know what I do. Getting to the top 3 is the only satisfactory thing on the Invi, I think. Everything below that is failure. The most important tournament of the year, we qualified by a miracle. Gotta watch that. We tried so hard, we practiced a lot to show ourselves. After all, we've got an unfinished job from the last year. Finishing at least second is satisfactory, but who knows how it goes. But then again, I just want to ask you guys, don't leave us. Keep supporting us, send us some positive messages, bring us the positive vibe, we'll try to return it. It's the classic road. Invi, you never know how it goes, but most likely it's all gonna be really fucking cool. So follow us, subscribe, cheer for us, waiting for y'all in the broadcasts. That's about it. Thanks a lot to you guys for leaving positive comments, for waiting for us to play at Invi. Hopefully we'll make you all happy, and don't forget to cheer for us. Come to games. We're waiting for your support, because if not you, who would cheer for us? Who if not you lot? That's it? Oh, sick.
Ура! Ура!